Greetings, seekers of forgotten wisdom and guardians of the ancient ways. Tonight, we journey into a day often overlooked in the modern hustle, a day imbued with a profound spiritual resonance and a whisper of ancestral echoes. Prepare to uncover the hidden tapestry of September 15th. Today is no ordinary day. It is a day when the veil between worlds thins, when the heart's deepest burdens are acknowledged, and when ancient wisdom guides our steps. It is a day that calls for introspection, compassion, and a careful observance of the energies that surround us. Ignore its warnings, and you may invite shadows into your life. Embrace its lessons, and you shall find solace and strength. Across cultures and centuries, September 15th holds various meanings. For many in the Western tradition, it is known as the Feast of Our Lady of Sorrows, a deeply spiritual observance dedicated to the profound suffering of the Virgin Mary. Yet beneath this venerated religious layer lie older, perhaps even pagan currents, a time when the earth prepares for its winter slumber, when the harvest wanes, and when the melancholy beauty of autumn begins to truly settle. It's a day for the soul to quiet itself, to reflect on life's inevitable trials, and to seek comfort in shared humanity. Spiritually, the Feast of Our Lady of Sorrows is a powerful day for supplication. Believers turn to Mary, not just as the Mother of God, but as the archetype of suffering motherhood and profound empathy. They seek her intercession for strength in times of personal sorrow, for healing from grief, for solace in the face of loss, and for the courage to endure hardships. It's a day when prayers ascend for those who mourn, for the sick, for those struggling with mental anguish, and for families enduring separation or conflict. The raw, human experience of sorrow is elevated to a sacred level, teaching us that even in our deepest pain, we are not alone. There's a whisper in the wind that suggests this devotion might have roots in even older traditions, where ancient mother goddesses, like Demeter mourning Persephone, reflected the cyclical sorrow of nature as summer turned to winter, reminding humanity of the natural rhythms of life, death, and renewal. Now let us delve deeper into the poignant narrative that defines this day for millions, the story of the Virgin Mary's 7 sorrows. This is not merely a religious doctrine, but a profound human story, a legend etched into the soul of faith. Imagine the scene, not as a distant historical event, but as a vivid tapestry woven with threads of prophecy, love, fear, and ultimate sacrifice. Our story begins not with a joyful birth, but with a chilling prophecy. When Mary presented her infant son, Jesus, at the temple, the aged prophet Simeon, filled with the Holy Spirit, looked upon the tiny child and then directly at Mary. His words, though seemingly for the child, struck Mary's heart like a sword. Behold, this child is appointed for the fall and rising of many in Israel, and for a sign in that is spoken against. And a sword will pierce through your own soul also, so that thoughts from many hearts may be revealed. This was Mary's first sorrow, the premonition of her son's destined suffering and her own inevitable pain. Imagine the young mother, cradling her newborn, feeling the chill of that prophecy, an unseen sword already hovering over her heart. The second sorrow unfolds in the dead of night. King Herod, consumed by paranoia, orders the slaughter of all male infants in Bethlehem. Joseph, warned in a dream, roused Mary and the baby Jesus. Under the cloak of darkness they fled, becoming refugees in a foreign land. Egypt, picture their desperate journey, the fear in Mary's eyes as they sought refuge, far from home, protecting her miraculous child from a brutal decree. This was the sorrow of displacement, of vulnerability, of a mother's fierce protective love in exile. The third sorrow arrives unexpectedly in the bustling city of Jerusalem. Jesus, now 12 years old, is lost during their return journey from the Passover feast. 3 agonizing days Mary and Joseph searched, their hearts heavy with dread. Every parent knows the terror of losing a child, even for a moment. Imagine Mary's despair, the frantic questions, the gnawing fear that he might be gone forever. Finally, they found him in the temple, astounding the teachers with his wisdom. Though relief flooded her, the anguish of those 3 days left an indelible mark. Then comes the most harrowing sequence of sorrows, culminating in the ultimate sacrifice, The fourth sorrow is Mary's heartbreaking encounter with Jesus on his path to Calvary. Picture the scene, the jeering crowds, the dust, the heavy cross, and her son, bruised and bloodied, staggering under its weight. Their eyes meet, a moment of pure, raw, unspoken agony between mother and son. She could not lift his burden, could not take his place, could only offer her silent, unwavering presence, her heart breaking with every faltering step he took. The fifth sorrow. Standing at the foot of the cross, Mary witnessed the horrific culmination of Simeon's prophecy. She watched as her son, the light of her life, suffered and died, suspended between heaven and earth. No words can truly capture the agony of a mother watching her child die, especially in such a brutal, public manner. This was the ultimate piercing of her soul, the fulfillment of the prophecy as she stood beneath the cross, her heart shattered, yet still present, a testament to unimaginable strength. The sixth sorrow followed swiftly. Jesus' body, lifeless and broken, was taken down from the cross and laid in her arms. Imagine cradling her adult son, his flesh cold, his wounds fresh, the weight of his still form a heavy burden of grief. This pietà moment, immortalized in art, speaks to the universal sorrow of a mother embracing her deceased child, a profound moment of quiet, unbearable anguish. Finally, the seventh sorrow, the burial of Jesus. Mary watched as her beloved son was laid in a borrowed tomb, the stone rolled into place, sealing away her last glimpse of him. It was the sorrow of finality, of separation, of the earth claiming what was once vibrant and alive. Yet even in this profound desolation, there was a seed of hope, a foreshadowing of resurrection, but in that moment, only the crushing weight of loss remained. These are the seven sorrows, a narrative that transforms a divine figure into a deeply human one, inviting all who suffer to find a reflection of their own pain and a beacon of resilience in her enduring spirit. Now let's turn our gaze to the subtle whispers and overt signs that this day may present, guiding us through its unique energies. Signs of destiny, folk omens. On September 15th, look closely at the world around you, for it speaks in riddles and revelations. Weather omens. If the morning sky on September 15th is clear and bright, tradition says this predicts a long, mild autumn, extending the warmth and delaying the harshness of winter. It signifies a period of gentle transition, allowing for more time to prepare and gather strength before the cold truly sets in. A clear sky hints at clarity in decisions for the coming months. Heavy rain on this day. Beware, for this is believed to foretell a wet and challenging harvest season, possibly even extending into early winter. It suggests difficulties in reaping what you've sown, both literally and figuratively. Be prepared for obstacles and delays in your ventures. Strong, gusty winds. These aren't just a sign of changing weather. They are thought to herald a harsh and bitter winter. Such winds are said to sweep away the last vestiges of warmth, bringing in a period of severe trials. Heed this as a warning to secure your physical and spiritual shelter. First frost on September 15th. If you wake to a nip in the air and a dusting of frost, it suggests an unusually early and potentially severe winter. This omen urges you to accelerate your preparations and to brace for colder, tougher times ahead, both in nature and in personal challenges. If migrating birds are seen flying south in large numbers, this swift departure signifies an urgent message from nature. Winter will arrive sooner than expected. It's a call to action, to complete outstanding tasks and mentally prepare for introspection and quietude. Household and monetary omens. Finding a lost item, especially something metallic or shiny, on September 15th. This is considered a potent sign of a hidden blessing or a stroke of good fortune soon to manifest. The lost item symbolizes a forgotten opportunity or a dormant talent that will resurface to your benefit. Pay attention to what you might have overlooked. If a candle flickers unexpectedly or goes out in a draft-free room, this can be a somber omen, suggesting an impending sorrow or the presence of a grieving spirit nearby. It calls for quiet reflection and a moment of remembrance for those who have passed or are suffering. Offer a silent prayer for solace. Discovering a forgotten coin in an old pocket or drawer. This simple act is believed to bring unexpected financial luck or a small windfall. It's a reminder that prosperity can come from unexpected places and a sign to appreciate even the smallest blessings. A sudden, unexplainable chill in your home. This can signify a spiritual warning, a moment to pause and assess your inner peace. It might be a reminder to address unresolved grief or to offer comfort to someone experiencing sorrow. The chill is an invitation for spiritual warmth. Giving charity to someone genuinely in need. On this day, acts of compassion are amplified. Such an act is believed not only to bring good karma, but to prevent future financial loss for the giver. It reinforces the cycle of giving and receiving, ensuring that your generosity will be returned threefold. Dreams in this night. Dreams on the night of September 15th are often deeply symbolic, reflecting the day's themes of sorrow, empathy, and hidden truths. Pay close attention, for they can offer profound insights into your emotional state and future path. Dreams of water, tears, rivers, oceans. If you dream of tears, it signifies a need for emotional release and healing. Rivers suggest the flow of life and the processing of grief, while vast oceans can represent the depth of your subconscious and the collective human experience of sorrow. Such dreams urge you to allow yourself to feel, to mourn, and to cleanse. Dreams of loss or separation. These dreams are often direct reflections of unresolved grief or fears of abandonment. They invite you to confront these emotions, to let go of what no longer serves you, and to find strength in self-reliance. It can also signify a need to prepare for an inevitable parting, be it metaphorical or literal. Dreams of children, especially vulnerable or lost. Dreaming of children on this night often symbolises new beginnings, innocence, or your own inner child in need of comfort. A vulnerable child suggests a part of you that feels unprotected, while a lost child can represent forgotten aspirations or a need to reconnect with your authentic self. These dreams call for nurturing and protection. Dreams of flowers, wilting, or in bloom. Wilting flowers indicate an end to a cycle, a period of transition, or the fading of beauty and life. They can symbolise sorrow or resignation. Flowers in full bloom, however, even amidst a sombre dream, can represent resilience, beauty that persists despite hardship, or the promise of hope after grief. Dreams of veils or shadows. These are potent symbols of hidden truths, mysteries, or aspects of yourself that remain unseen. A veil being lifted suggests a revelation or understanding is near, while persistent shadows may point to unresolved fears or a need to bring light to hidden parts of your psyche. Embrace the unknown, but seek clarity. Born on this day. Those born on September 15th are often described as deeply empathetic souls, possessing an innate understanding of human suffering and a remarkable capacity for resilience. They are the old souls who seem to carry the wisdom of ages, often appearing mature beyond their years. Their compassionate nature makes them natural caregivers, counsellors and artists, capable of expressing profound emotions through their chosen medium. Character. They are typically profound thinkers, introverted yet highly observant. They have a strong intuition and a sensitive spirit, often picking up on the unspoken emotions of others. While they can be prone to melancholy or carrying the burdens of the world, they possess an incredible inner strength and an ability to navigate life's storms with grace. Loyalty and devotion are hallmarks of their personality. Destiny. Their life path often involves overcoming significant challenges, which in turn deepens their wisdom and capacity for empathy. Many find their calling in professions that involve healing, guiding, or creating. They are destined to bring comfort and understanding to others, often becoming pillars of support within their communities. Their life may not be easy, but it will be rich in meaning and impact, leaving a lasting legacy of compassion. Name days, Imininiki. For those observing name days, September 15th often includes names like Dolores, meaning sorrows in Spanish, directly related to Our Lady of Sorrows, Catherine, Stephen, Nicholas, and Maria. Let's focus briefly on Dolores. Individuals named Dolores are often seen as embodying the qualities of empathy, quiet strength, and a profound capacity for feeling. They are often introspective, deeply caring, and possess a remarkable ability to endure hardship with dignity, much like the very essence of the day itself. Their presence can be a source of deep comfort and understanding for those around them, mirroring the solace sought from Our Lady of Sorrows. Now let us turn to the actions that can honour this day, to the ancient traditions and rituals designed to align us with its sacred energies. Traditions and rituals, what you should do. September 15th is a day for profound introspection, empathy, and quiet preparation. These rituals invite you to connect with the deeper currents of this sacred time. 1. The ritual of the candle of solace. Goal: to find inner peace, to release personal sorrow, and to offer comfort to those who suffer. What you'll need: a white or blue candle, a quiet space, a small dish of water, and a piece of paper with a pen. When and how to conduct. In the evening after sunset, find a quiet corner of your home. Light the candle, allowing its flame to flicker gently. Gaze into the flame and consciously bring to mind any sorrow or grief you are carrying. Acknowledge it, but do not dwell. Then, on the paper, write down the name of someone you know who is suffering, or simply, all who mourn. Place the paper beneath the dish of water, symbolizing the tears shed and the cleansing of grief. As you do this, speak these words aloud or silently from your heart. By this flame, I release my burden. By this water, I share in the sorrow of the world. May solace be found, may healing begin, for myself and for all. Allow the candle to burn for at least an hour, or until it safely extinguishes. Afterward, pour the water onto the earth, releasing the intention into the natural world. What to do after? Spend a few moments in silent meditation or prayer, focusing on feelings of compassion and inner strength. Carry the renewed sense of peace with you into the coming days. 2. The compassionate offering. Goal: to embody empathy and extend kindness to those less fortunate, mirroring the spirit of service. What you'll need: a non-perishable food item, a gently used piece of clothing, or a small sum of money. When and how to conduct. During daylight hours, choose an item that you can spare and that could genuinely benefit someone else. Take this item to a local charity, a food bank, or discreetly offer it to someone you know is in need. The act itself is the ritual. As you make the offering, mentally or verbally affirm your intention. May this offering bring comfort to a heart in need, and may it spread kindness in the world. I share my blessings in the spirit of compassion. The key is to give without expectation of return, purely from a place of genuine care. What to do after. Reflect on the interconnectedness of humanity. Recognize that by alleviating another's suffering, even in a small way, you uplift your own spirit. 3. The autumn harvest blessing for the home. Goal: to prepare your home for the colder months, to bless your provisions, and to invite warmth and abundance for the coming winter. What you'll need: a small basket, a few seasonal items, apples, gourds, dried herbs like sage or lavender, and a pinch of salt. When and how to conduct. In the late afternoon, gather your items. Walk through your home, starting from the front door. Place the basket in a prominent central location. As you move from room to room, speak a blessing, perhaps like this: from this home, may all sorrow be shielded. Into these walls, may warmth and plenty be gathered. Bless our provisions, protect our hearth, and guide us through the season of rest. In each room, sprinkle a tiny pinch of salt in a corner, traditionally believed to purify and protect. Place one of the seasonal items from your basket in a central spot within the room. When you return to the main basket, hold your hands over it and say, "The bounty of the earth, the comfort of home, shall sustain us through the turning of the wheel." What to do after? Leave the basket displayed as a symbol of your blessings. This ritual imbues your home with protective and nurturing energy, preparing it for the darker, colder half of the year. Culinary traditions of the day. On a day devoted to reflection and sorrow, the culinary traditions lean towards simplicity, comfort and nourishment rather than elaborate feasting. Foods that are easy to prepare, warm the soul, and can be shared are favoured. Hearty soups and stews. Dishes made with root vegetables, carrots, potatoes, parsnips, lentils or beans, perhaps with some simple bread, are traditional. These symbolise sustenance, the bounty of the earth before winter, and the comfort found in simple, wholesome food. Think of a peasant stew, humble yet profoundly fortifying. Unleavened bread or flatbreads. In some traditions, simple breads, often unleavened, are prepared. These can symbolise humility, the bread of tears, or the basic sustenance needed for survival. They are usually served plain or with a simple spread, reflecting the solemnity of the day. Water and simple beverages. Rich drinks are often avoided. Instead, plain water, herbal teas, especially chamomile or mint for calming properties, or diluted fruit juices are preferred. These beverages symbolise purity, cleansing, and the natural flow of life, echoing the theme of tears and emotional release. Seasonal fruits, apples, pears. As the harvest season winds down, simple, fresh, seasonal fruits like apples and pears are often consumed. They provide natural sweetness and a connection to the fading warmth of summer, serving as a reminder of nature's cycles. These culinary practices are not about indulgence, but about mindful consumption, providing comfort and nourishment while respecting the sombre yet sacred energy of the day. Now let us turn to the crucial warnings, the ancient prohibitions that, if ignored, can invite unwelcome disturbances into your life. Pay close attention, for these are not mere superstitions, but guides for maintaining spiritual balance on a day of such profound significance. Main prohibitions. What you should not do. On September 15th, there are specific actions and attitudes that are strongly discouraged, for they are believed to disrupt the delicate spiritual balance of the day and invite negative consequences. 1. Do not engage in gossip or speak harsh, unkind words. Mystical reason and consequence. This day is steeped in empathy and the acknowledgement of suffering. Spreading negativity through gossip or hurtful speech is considered a profound disrespect to the day's sombre energy. According to belief, such actions will not only cause distress to others, but will boomerang back to the speaker, inviting discord, misunderstanding, and emotional turmoil into their own life. Your words on this day are said to carry amplified power, making their negative impact more potent. You risk isolating yourself from true companionship and fostering bitterness within your own heart. 2. Do not engage in excessive merriment, loud celebrations, or frivolous entertainment. Mystical reason and consequence. While joy has its place, this day calls for solemnity and reflection. Over-the-top revelry is seen as insensitive to the theme of sorrow and spiritual introspection. Ancient beliefs suggest that such an attitude trivializes the deeper lessons of empathy and resilience. Those who indulge excessively may find their own future joys fleeting, hollow, or overshadowed by unexpected sadness. You might also attract the attention of spirits who prefer quietude, leading to unsettling dreams or a feeling of unease in your home. 3. Do not ignore those who are visibly in need or turn away from someone seeking comfort. Mystical reason and consequence. This is perhaps the most significant prohibition, directly tied to the day's spiritual essence of compassion. To show indifference or outright rejection to someone suffering is believed to incur severe karmic debt. Tradition warns that such a cold heart will attract personal hardship, loneliness, and a lack of support in one's own future times of need. Your own emotional well-being may suffer, leaving you feeling isolated and unfulfilled. Acts of kindness are potent, but the absence of them is equally powerful. 4. Do not start major new projects, sign significant contracts, or make drastic life changes. Mystical reason and consequence. This is a day for internal reflection, completion, and consolidation, not for fresh beginnings. The energy of the day is often seen as being in a state of transition and introspection, making it unfavourable for planting new seeds or laying new foundations. Undertaking new ventures on this day is believed to lead to complications, delays, or an ultimate failure, as the ground for growth is not yet fertile. The outcome may be tinged with sorrow or disappointment, or the project may require more emotional sacrifice than anticipated. 5. Do not cut your hair or trim your nails. Mystical reason and consequence. In many folk traditions, hair and nails are seen as extensions of your vital energy and connection to your ancestors or spiritual lineage. Cutting them on a day associated with sorrow and deep spiritual reflection is believed to symbolically cut off your good fortune, sever ties with protective energies, or even invite minor ailments. It's thought to weaken your spiritual defences and make you more susceptible to negative influences, or to prematurely end a period of growth and prosperity. Best to wait for a day when energies are more aligned with renewal. 6. Do not lend or borrow money or engage in any significant financial transactions involving debt. Mystical reason and consequence. The day's energy is not conducive to matters of financial entanglement. Lending money is believed to lead to its non-repayment or strained relationships, while borrowing can lead to a prolonged period of debt or unexpected financial hardship. It's a day to be self-sufficient and to avoid creating new financial bonds that could bring future sorrow or obligation. Any transaction made today might carry an unseen burden, leading to regret or loss. 7. Do not sweep out your house too thoroughly or discard significant personal items. Mystical reason and consequence. While cleaning is generally good, excessive sweeping out on this day is believed to metaphorically sweep out your blessings, good fortune, or even the protective spirits of your home. Similarly, discarding personal items, especially those with sentimental value, can be seen as prematurely letting go of positive memories or energy. You risk creating a void that might be filled with less desirable influences, or, symbolically, throwing away future opportunities. Gentle tidying is fine, but avoid radical purging. 8. Do not quarrel, argue, or instigate conflict, especially within your family. Mystical reason and consequence. This day emphasizes unity in shared experience and compassion. Any form of dispute, particularly with loved ones, is seen as deeply disruptive to the harmonious energy. Engaging in conflict on September 15th is believed to magnify negative emotions, making resolutions difficult and causing long-lasting rifts. The sorrow and division caused on this day are said to linger, creating an atmosphere of resentment and unhappiness that will be hard to dispel. 9. Do not visit places of boisterous entertainment or overly crowded venues. Mystical reason and consequence. The energy of large, impersonal crowds and places of loud amusement can be jarring and spiritually draining on a day that calls for quiet reflection. Ancient wisdom suggests that such environments may lead to a feeling of being overwhelmed, a loss of inner peace, or even the absorption of unwanted negative energies from others. It's a day to seek solitude or the company of a few trusted quiet souls, preserving your inner sanctuary. 10. Do not ignore feelings of sadness or dismiss genuine emotions in yourself or others. Mystical reason and consequence. This day is about acknowledging and processing sorrow. To suppress your own grief or to invalidate the emotions of others is to go against the very grain of its spiritual teaching. Such denial can lead to emotional blockages, unresolved pain, and a feeling of spiritual stagnation. It is believed that by embracing and understanding sorrow, you ultimately find strength and compassion, but by rejecting it, you only deepen its hold upon your soul. As the twilight deepens on this profound day, remember the whispers of ancient wisdom. May your heart find solace, your spirit find strength, and your path be illuminated by the enduring power of compassion. Embrace the subtle magic, respect the old ways, and may your journey be ever blessed. Until next time, keep seeking, keep believing, and keep shining your light.